Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
bring us in. Yep. Down. Good afternoon and welcome to Sterling High School for tonight's wrestling match featuring the Sterling Silver Knights going against the Deptford Spartans. Sterling coming in at 8-16, Deptford coming in at 5-10. There you look at the Colonial Patriots standings. Gloucester at the top at 5-0, 19-7 overall, 5 by Audubon, Haddon Township, then Sterling, Haddon Heights, and Lindenwold rounding out the pack in the Colonial Patriots standings. And we look at the matchup here, and we will take a break for our national anthem. Look at the matchups here with Sterling 8-16, fourth in the Colonial Patriot, averaging 31 points per match, giving up 40 points per match. Sean Amon at 17-5, Stubbs at 24-2, Potts at 12-5, Davis at 19-2, and Richardson at 21-4. Some of the top wrestlers for Sterling. On the other side, Deptford coming in at 5-10, fifth in the Diamond. On offense, they're getting 37 points per match, giving up 38 points per match. Clark is 14-3, followed by Rodriguez, 13-5, and Childress at 15-3. Kamitsis is 13-4 at 285. And we are going to start off with Sean Amon and Elijah Clark, and Brian's here to join me. Brian, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And we are also, at some point here, going to have three-time state champion Mark Manchio on with us. So we are going to be delighted to have him on board as we look at the match here at 106 between Sean Amon and Elijah Clark. Should be a good one if you look at the records.
I mean, yeah, it looks like they're showing a lot of dominance. I mean, Amon at 17-5, Clark 14-3. I think this is going to be a lot of fun match to start off.
Okay. And we are welcoming Mark Manchio to the broadcast. Man, it's great having you on here. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
And Mark's going to guide us through some of these matches here. And first, how's it feel just to be back here?
Well, it's kind of different. I never wrestled in this gym.
Different gym. I was just going to say that.
Gym.
You were in the old gym. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little different, but I like it. It's nice. Bigger.
Right, yeah. But I guess that old gym had kind of a unique atmosphere. It was tight. The crowd was on top.
Yeah, I liked it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was nice. We had some good times when I wrestled.
And I know, Mark, you said you help out with some, wrestlers individually throughout South Jersey. Kind of keep up with everything. And we're looking at Sean Amon at 17-5, and Elijah Clark at 14-3. As you're watching this match, what are some things that you see here?
Well, right now the Deptford kid's pretty aggressive, and the Sterling kid is going to have to. He's going to have to get busy. I mean, he's just kind of sitting there. He's not really doing nothing on bottom. He's not really doing nothing on bottom, and he's going to have to get working. Here he goes. He's going down. We'll see if the Deptford kid lets him up, or we'll see what happens.
What do you think? What in your mind is the most important thing to do when you're on the bottom?
Oh, you got to get to your feet. Mm-hmm. You got to create space. You don't want the guy to be tight. You got to create space, and you got to get to your feet. And you got to have a good first move. And that wasn't that bad. This kid's moving now. You see, when you go after one move and he stops you, you got to be ready to do something else. It's called chain wrestling. That wasn't bad, though. The kid got one. Not bad. But you got to continue to chain wrestle. That's what it's called. You got to go from one move to the next. You can't just do one move and stop. You got to keep wrestling throughout every situation.
Almost have that in your muscle memory, just knowing automatically how to react to every situation, I guess.
Yes, exactly. And this Sterling kid, he's got a set of shots up. He's kind of standing flat foot right now. He's got to get on his toes, and he's got to change his level. He's not really changing his level. And that's gonna hurt his offense. Whereas this Deptford kid seems to be a little bit better at changing his level and attacking a little more. Here we go. He's in on a double. He treetops it. Nice takedown.
And I guess changing your level, what does that do?
You don't want to. When you change your level, you lower your stance, and that when you're lowering your stance, you're forcing the defensive guy to make some decisions.
Okay.
And what decisions he makes is how I'm going to react to what shot I'm going to do.
Gotcha.
And this Sterling kid, he's got 10 seconds left. He's got to get one.
So with 5.2 seconds remaining in the second period, Clark holds a 6-2 lead over Amon. Now, what should, obviously, Amon down 6-2. What do you think his mindset should be in this third period?
Well, he's got to get a takedown within the first minute of the period to make it 6-4. But this kid from Deptford chose neutral, so he obviously feels confident that he's going to get another takedown on his feet. We'll see, though. See, the Sterling kid's not changing his level, and this Deptford kid changes level, gets in on a shot. Good defense, though. He got his leg back. Good defense.
It seems like Clark, he's the big aggressor here. It seems like
he is a takedown by the Sterling kid. The kid's right now. I said he had to get a takedown within the first minute, so
he's
got a match now. We got a match now.
I think he might have heard you from over here.
I don't think these kids even know who I am.
Well, now I'm sure a lot of them do. A lot of them, they've heard about you. So
gotta be. I was here over 20 years ago, before these kids were even born. All right, and well, the Sterling kid's got to get another takedown. Oh, nice shot.
A minute here. Wow.
Yeah. That's. I mean, the match isn't over, but that's going to make it very difficult for this Sterling kid to come back.
Real nice move there by Clark. Clark's just riding it out and just getting himself in position to do what he's got to do to finish this one out.
Good first match.
He's going to take the decision over Sean Amon to give the Spartans 3 points. Now, Mark, you saw two different, basically, body types there. You saw a tall, thin guy and a shorter guy. What did you usually prefer to wrestle, a shorter guy than you or a taller guy?
I prefer to wrestle a taller guy, more legs to shoot at.
Okay. That would make sense, yeah.
I mean, that was just me. Plus, you know, a tall guy has to bend lower to get in a stance, and a shorter guy doesn't have to.
Right.
And that's big with conditioning.
Okay.
So.
Well, you and I talked a little bit about, and we'll get into that a little bit later, about the conditioning that's involved as we look at Jair Sally going against Jalen Huertas, a 9th grader. Sally also a 9th grader, coming at 6-13. Huertas at 6-9. In this match at 113.
If you would ask me, I'd say this match is a toss-up match. Two freshmen, both with, you know, I mean, when you're a freshman, it's hard to step in the lineup. So you got a nice spin behind. He's got to get his leg back. He's got a high leg back. He's got a high leg back. There's two.
There we go. That's good. Good job, Jair.
He's trying to lock a cradle, but he's got to get on the same side. He's got to hop over. Oh, he pulled it over.
Oh,
nice.
Jair Sally comes back in a big way for Sterling and gets the pin.
Very nice.
And gives Sterling a 6-3 lead. What did you see there, Mark, as we look at the replay that Jair was able to do?
I saw Jair. Looks like he's a lot stronger than this kid, and but that was a nice cradle, and you know, he did what he had to do. It was good.
And we're going to have a forfeit, I believe, here at 120. So the Spartans are going to go up 9-6. And now we're going to have Brandon Rebecca going against Carson Winter at 126. Pair of 10th graders here. Well, another match where you see a tall guy against the shorter guy.
Yep.
And I guess, I'm assuming the tall guy's really got to make it a point to get low.
Yes,
to avoid them shooting.
Well, you got to stay in good position in wrestling. It's a game of wrestling's a game of position and getting in better position than your opponent.
See Rebecca right now ride him on top out to a 2-0 lead here.
Lock hands. That's a penalty point. Can't lock hands when you're on top.
Okay.
Overall, though, it looks like Rebecca, he's getting off to a pretty good start. It's just he has to.
I believe I wrestled with Rebecca's father. I don't know if his dad's Andrew Rebecca.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure,
but probably there's a good chance if it's
there might
within
be
the
because I
district.
did see his dad here. So
okay.
I did see Andrew here. But I wrestled with his dad. His dad was a very good wrestler.
Well, you guys had it was obviously you were the greatest wrestler ever to come out of Sterling, and probably were on the greatest wrestling team also.
Oh, for Sterling?
Yeah.
Sure. I was on both our championship teams. So. 99, 2000. God, it's forever.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. 1999.
And you said you still keep in touch with some of the guys from that?
Yeah,
that team,
some of the guys I do, sure.
Yeah.
All right, see, Rebecca right here, he's getting a little high. He's got to stay back. He's getting a little high.
Okay, got him down. Now that was good because the last time he was in that position, did that when he got the hand lock and he got the penalty.
Well, I think he learned. He learned that he had to let go of the hands right when the guy returns to the mat.
So it's Brandon and Rebecca up 2-1 here.
Looks like we got blood time.
And we're getting a blood timeout here. Trainer Sean Clank.
He was the trainer when I was here.
Yeah, that was like when he was just starting out.
Yep.
Had a full head of hair. I'm sure the hairline was probably only a couple inches from the eyebrows.
My hairline was a lot fuller.
Well, you'll see when we do the shot of us sitting here. I find out where my bald spot is right on top. So
I'm going bald everywhere.
There we go. There's the Wall of Fame, Mike Barickian, who you had talked about that you're still in touch with him.
Yeah.
Both in the area. Talk about some of these guys that you know.
Mike Barickian was a great wrestler. He was a state placer, district champ, region placer, and he's actually the head coach at Kingsway now. And Kingsway's the #1 team in South Jersey.
You were saying that. That's right.
So
okay.
Michael's been doing a great job coaching, and me and Michael, we wrestled together since we were 7 years old.
Wow.
So, I mean, he knows what he's doing, and he's done a great job at Kingsway. And it's nice to see, guys I wrestled with being successful in other aspects of the sport. It's very nice.
And it had to be great. You said you started with some of these guys when you were 7 years old, going through that whole journey with them. Winning a championship's one thing, but winning it with guys that you're so tight with. Talk about that experience and how great that felt.
Our 99 2000 teams, we started at the Sterling Midget program when we were all 6, 7 years old. Johnny Sauer, who you seen was on that wall, Ivan Wiggins, Desmond Wiggins, Mike Barickian. We all wrestled together since we were probably 6 or 7. And when you have a core group like that come up together, it really helps because you're tight, you're all friends, and I think it benefited us. And when we got to high school, we thought we knew what we could do, and we did it.
Yeah, and again, I'm just obviously a casual observer, a novice, but you talk about it being an individual sport, but a lot of times if there's a match prior to you and somebody wins a big match and does something big, it's got to pick you up as we look at the banner here that you guys were able to get.
Yeah, 99 and 2000, we won South Jersey. We were ranked in the state in 99. I think we were ranked around 8th or 9th in the state.
Wow.
So we were 16-4 that year. We were pretty good.
And our state has a good reputation for when you talk about Paulsboro, Phillipsburg, some of that.
Oh, yeah. But our state, I'd say, is top 5 in the country.
Yeah, wow. That's saying something.
Yeah. And New Jersey's one of the only states that only has one state champion in each weight class.
Wow.
Whereas other states have 2 or 3 different, I would say they have different divisions, like on the size of the school. And like Pennsylvania has 2 different state champions.
And that's saying something. So you were best in the state for 3 years. Wow. What an accomplishment. Now we see Brandon Rebecca out to a 4-1 lead over Winter as we get to the 1 minute mark.
Oh, nice.
The second period.
Nice.
And wow. Well, talk about what happened there.
Well, he threw a half, he stopped his head, he ran him right over. It was very, very good finish. That was impressive.
And we're going to get the replay coming up here as you look at that monitor.
Watch here, he'll throw the half, and then he stops the head. He gets to the side, and he drives him right over, and he gets the pin. Very nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Good to see from Brandon Rebecca, younger wrestler, sophomore. I guess, to what you were saying before, knowing how to react to what was in front of him.
Yeah, he threw that half, he ran it, stopped his head, ran him right over. It was nice. His dad had a good half. If his dad's Andrew,
Okay,
his dad
it sounds,
had a good
yeah.
half.
We'll find that out, definitely.
Ooh, that was a nice double leg to a half. Nice, very nice. This match looks like it could be over quick.
And this is Kevin Stubbs, 24-2. Kevin Stubbs just was having an outstanding year as he gets 5 points, is out to a 5-0 lead.
Good, how are you?
Kevin Stubbs beat the #1 kid in the district over the weekend from Paul Six. It was an upset, and he's one of those kids that's really on an upswing here as a senior at 24-2.
He's showing some promise. Very good.
Yep.
Shows a lot of that aggression.
And if he beat the #1 guy, that means he's the #1 guy.
He's #1 guy now. Yep. So, what are some of the nice things you see that he's doing here?
Well,
Mark?
he's got good control of the guy's wrist. He's got it on his back, which is good. Here, I would throw a bar on him and step out and run it. And if he can get it out, now he's got a bar on him. Oh, he lost it. You see, when you throw a bar, you got to break the guy flat on the mat. You can't throw a bar when a guy's on his knees, because he might have a good chance of getting out. He can wind it up, winds it around. Good, nice. Very nice, very nice.
And Kevin Stubbs gets the pin over Turpin.
That was kind of like a corkscrew. They call it. They call it a corkscrew. Very nice. That kid looks like he could do something.
Great job by Kevin Stubbs.
Yeah, he corkscrewed it. And he's kept it tight. Very nice.
I need my notebook with all this terminology I'm getting here from Mark. And we'll look at one more replay.
Stubbs seems like he's showing he looks like he's continuing to show that dominance, especially now with him getting his 20.
John Beasley getting a forfeit.
I put Starling up 24-9.
Mark, obviously to wrestle at the highest level, you've got to have a lot of natural ability, but at the same time, you've got to have a lot of knowledge and experience. What percentage of it, like you to be a state championship, do you think it was more athletic ability or more knowledge? What percentage of it would you say is athletic ability and talent and
well, that could be different for every wrestler.
Okay.
I have really good hips.
Okay.
And that's something in wrestling that's having good hips is extremely advantage for a wrestler if he's got good hips. But I had a lot of natural ability. I was a pretty good athlete. And
so your power, a lot of your power came from your lower half, basically?
Yes, my hips. That was a lot of my power. But experience and learning the situations and learning what you got to do in certain situations is also important.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's a 50-50. You need ability, but you also need experience in different situations.
I guess especially when you get to the state level, that's where experience is something that can really take over.
You got to learn how to prepare for a big match, and you got to know when to lay it all out of the line. And I watched South Jersey wrestling, and we've been struggling the last few years.
Yeah.
North Jersey's been really whooping our butts. But when I was in school, South Jersey was better than North Jersey. So.
Yeah. You talk about prepare. What's some things? Was there anything unique that you did to prepare for a match? That would be different.
I tried to intimidate a lot of my opponents, but a lot of people have different ways they approach big matches. The way I approached the big match was I was very flamboyant.
I heard about that.
I was very bold and brash. Like.
Okay, now one last thing. I think I saw. Did you come out on the match and do a backflip when you came out?
I did a big jump.
Oh, big guy.
Yeah, okay. I did a big jump. But I was a little different than most people.
Okay. You were like the Brian Dawkins, I guess, of the way Brian Dawkins is was with football with the Eagles, getting amped up before a match. That was you.
Yes.
And this is Trey Potts going against Victor Rodriguez. Again, we're joined by Brian and Mark Manchio here. Mark, again, it's a pleasure to have you on here. Really getting a lot of good insight from you. As we look at Trey Potts here, 138. Right now, down 3-2. What's Potts got to do here, Mark?
Well, there's about 10 seconds left. He's got to get his head off the mat, which he did. Now you got to get to your feet. I was never big on sit-outs. I was always, you got to get up to your feet.
Okay.
And
so the first period's going to end with Trey Potts down 3-2. The Knights hold a 24-9 team lead. So you didn't do a backflip. You just did a high jump. That was just something I may have mistakenly
heard. Well, I
heard.
actually did a backflip in a match one time.
In the match?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was more like the somersault front flip. I went between the guy's legs and I came out behind him.
Now that's some quickness. Is there a highlight of that anywhere?
Well, it was on TV, but that was 20 years ago, so I mean...
Mr. K will check to see if at some point this year he can get to that. Well, Mr. K says we have it on the Sterling YouTube page, so...
I've never been on that. So.
Okay. I'm going to check it out after the match, so... Potts down 6-2.
Well, he's got to get up to his feet, you know. He's got to make something happen here. Got to get up to his feet, and he's got to get one, and then he's got to get a takedown.
Potts down 6-2.
I'll tell you what, though, this is a match where it might be 6-2, but he's still very well in this match.
Okay. So there's a possibility he could turn the tables
yes,
here.
Yes. I don't see this kid being that dominant. He's just been unfortunate in a couple situations, but if he gets to his feet.
And Trey's a kid who's got a decent amount of experience. He was wrestled in the midget program. Now, obviously, all 4 years he wrestled here at Sterling.
It looks like he has a shoulder injury.
Okay. Yeah, and I think you could see that having an effect on what's going on out here.
Yeah. It looks like he might just hurt his head there.
Yeah, he's really struggling out there.
Yeah, they better get out there and check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he hit his head pretty hard.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Now, Mark, obviously three-time state champion, walk us through your next step in your career going to college.
I wrestled at the University of Northern Iowa. We were top 10 3 out of my 4 years in college. So we were a big-time program. They're still a big-time program.
Okay.
They just beat Oklahoma State last week. Yeah. I was ranked 8th in the country my freshman year. And I won the conference championship my freshman year, and I went to nationals. I lost. I didn't wrestle well at nationals. I got beat, but I was ranked as high as 8th. And then my sophomore year, I started out. I was great, and then I tore my knee up, and that was the end of my career.
Wow! I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
that's a shame because I'm sure going to nationals your freshman year. You said it didn't go as well as you would have liked, but you probably learned a lot that you could you were ready to channel into the next.
Well, I was very upset, but I was cutting a lot of weight. I wrestled 133 my freshman year, and I was cutting a lot of weight, and I think that affected me a little bit.
Talk about the mental part of wrestling.
Oh, well, you have to be mentally tough If you want to be successful in wrestling, that's the way it is. This is a sport that is unlike any other high school sport.
Yeah.
And most college sports. I mean, you have to be confident. You have to be a little bit full of yourself because you have to believe in yourself if you want to reach the heights that you want to reach. Yeah. And that's just the way it is.
And Potts is going to.
He's got to get it. He's got to get his hips away here. There you go. He's got to get his hips away.
Going in the third period here. And obviously, you talk about having that fire, having that cockiness. I guess along the way you saw guys who had the ability but just didn't have that inner fire, that confidence that you might have needed.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's something that, you can't really teach that. You either got it or you don't.
Yeah,
and that's the way it is.
Agree with that. Yeah. In all sports and all facets of life. Yeah.
You either got it or you don't. Yeah. That's the way it is. I've coached a lot in wrestling, and I've had a lot of parents who, their kids are very talented, but they just ain't got it mentally. If you don't have it mentally, you're not going to go far in wrestling.
Right. Yeah. Because I guess the higher you get, you're going against kids who are just as talented, and the mental edge can get you over the top.
Everybody in Division I in college is a state champion.
Right,
It's, you're wrestling guys that are like you. So that's where the mental aspect comes in, and you just got to be, you just got to be more mentally strong and sound.
And I guess it's a matter of keeping going. If you have a setback within a season or even within a match, it's the ability to bounce back.
Yeah, you got to be able to leave it behind you. And the thing about wrestling is every time you lose, you have to learn from your loss.
Right.
You just can't, keep making the same mistakes over and over again. You got to learn from your loss. And,
well, Trey Potts still down 6-2. As we're to the
I thought the ref missed the locked hands call there. All right, there's one escape.
There's one.
I'll tell you, Potts gets a takedown. He's right back in this match. But see, he's got to be aggressive here. He's not the one being aggressive, and there he goes.
And again,
giving up some back
really
points
tough
here.
Spot here. And you see Potts there. Obviously had that injured shoulder. But did you ever? We talked about the injury in college. Did you ever have any injuries? Obviously not a serious in high school where you had to wrestle through different types of different matches.
My senior year, I hurt my shoulder before districts, but it wasn't nothing I couldn't overcome.
Right.
And that's more with the mental.
Yeah.
You got to be able to fight through injuries in wrestling. That's the way it is. That's Joe Hollywood. He was a state champion for Deptford.
Okay.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah. He was a very good wrestler. He was unbelievable, actually.
Mr. K and I were familiar with, this was in the 80s, Joe Melchiori from Highland.
Yeah. I know Joe real well.
I think was Joe a 3-time state champion?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And we're looking Derek Edwards for Sterling going against.
He's got to get off his back.
And Edwards gets pinned by Drew Ford at 150. And we're going to go to 157 with Ivan Medina going against Nick Childress. Now, Ivan Medina coming in at 8-15. Nick Childress for the Spartans at 15-3. If you're coming in as an underdog, you look at the records there, what's the key for somebody as an underdog coming into a match like this?
Well, you don't want to give up bonus points. You don't want to get pinned because that's giving up 16 points. You want to keep the match close as long as possible, and then at the end, if you're in the match, then you start going for your stuff. But if I'm the Sterling kid, I'm trying to keep it close to the third period.
And that's where a lot of times, if somebody's going against somebody who's an outstanding wrestler, if somehow they're able to even lose but not get pinned, that's where the team aspect
That's big.
comes into it.
Yes, that's very big.
I think what I'm seeing is, I think it comes a lot down to momentum.
Sure.
Like when you start out in your match, you gotta get that momentum quick. You gotta start out strong, and there's always a difference between playing the waiting game and just getting at it early. And if you get at it early, you're more likely to get that success you're wanting.
Sure, absolutely.
And just hearing Mark talk, I can imagine you're somebody who wanted to be a fast starter.
I usually pinned my guys in the first period.
Okay, yeah. You came out with your feet and everything on fire, right?
Got that right.
And, wow, Medina, has got
close to
Childress.
getting two. It's close to getting two. Yeah, I'd say that's two.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I actually think the referee did a good job holding off on giving points away.
Okay.
I think the ref did a good job there, yeah.
Just didn't meet the criteria to get the
if he would have broke him down to his hip and maybe exposed him to his back a little bit, I would have gave the two. But so he's right in this match against a kid who's 15-3, so that's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. I guess you could see that Childress, who's 15-3, did a good job when he was on the bottom, knew how to get himself in position, ultimately get the 2 points.
Yeah. See, again, I'm not a fan of the sit-out. I like to stand up and get to my feet right away.
I guess stand up, that gets you into a better position.
Yes, I was just, my brother wrestled for Sterling. He was a state placer, Joe Manchio. And Joe was great at getting to his feet, getting up, getting out. And me and my brother, we weren't ones that sat out and stayed on the mat. We'd like to get up to our feet.
Okay. And he was your older or younger brother?
Older.
How many years older?
4.
Okay.
He's the first state placer ever at Sterling.
Okay.
So, yeah, my brother was a very good wrestler.
Now, I'm sure you guys wrestled around at home.
Yeah, he couldn't beat me. He's actually coaching the midget program here at Sterling.
Okay.
And he would beg to death for him. And I'm sure he would say he used to kick my butt, but that never happened.
When he was 8 and you were 4, maybe, right?
Well, when he started in high school, he might have been a little stronger than me, but.
Yeah.
But Joe, he didn't start wrestling when he was a freshman.
Oh, okay.
And he made it to the state semifinals the senior year.
Wow.
So I mean, he was a terrific wrestler. He was a natural.
Medina here, hanging in there, down 4-1. But again, you look at the records, and
you would like to see him get one before the period ends.
Yes.
There you go. Get up.
And Mark, it looked like he put himself in position to get a point, but talk about how the better wrestlers on bottom don't allow you to get those and finish off.
Medina, he was in on a leg, and instead of trying to finish that 2, I would have let go of the leg and went up to my feet and got 1. But he was trying to get a reversal, and that's justifiable. I mean, you know, but I would have cut loose and tried to get to my feet and get 1.
And did Childress do anything in the bottom to make it difficult, did you
see? He
or?
Just held on.
Right,
just held on.
Now, Ivan Medina with a minute and 30 seconds left in his third period, down 4-1. So
I'll tell you, Ivan, he's wrestling a lot better than his record right now,
and that's good. That's good to hear.
Yes. That means he's probably made a lot of progress, and that's what wrestling's about. It's about making progress and getting better. There you go. Lip arm out. Oh, you almost had it. Send him to his butt. He's got to send the guy to his butt. Send him to his butt. There you go. Yep, you got it. He almost had that. That's unfortunate.
Looks a little gassed right now.
Well, they both of them look a little gassed right now.
He's got to use that little ounce of energy.
He's still attacking though, so I mean that's where the mental toughness comes in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got him! There he got backwards. He won
the match.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Boy.
What a match. Great match.
What a win by Ivan Medina.
What a bounce back too. That's incredible.
And Mark, we're sitting there in their stand-up. They both look gassed. Did it look like Medina ultimately wanted that one more?
Absolutely. He kept attacking. Even though he looked tired, he kept attacking. And that was a great match. Good match by that kid.
Look at the replay. What specifically did Medina do?
What grade's Medina?
He's a senior.
Oh.
Yeah. He's improved a lot, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he was wrestling better than his record showed to me, anyway.
What technically did he do in that that you liked that he did in those last 30 seconds?
He just out-scrambled the guy at the end.
Okay.
And when you can out-scramble somebody, that's big.
Is that a position that you move around and get yourself in a better leverage position?
Yes, sure.
And we have Anthony Gogolski, a freshman, going against Chase Stockland, a 10th grader who's 8-6 at 165. And Anthony Gogolski's had him for a freshman wrestling at the higher weight here, probably a lot of times going against older kids. Has done a good solid job this year.
Well, I always say when you're a freshman and you're starting at 165, you're wrestling all seniors, basically.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're lighter at 106 or 113, you're probably wrestling more freshmen and sophomores.
Right.
So he's stepping in a tough position, but he looks like he's been battling.
And it's so much, you look at two kids who are 165, one a freshman, one a senior, they're so much mature into their body and more grown into their body.
Absolutely.
Anthony, of course, I was told he's been in the midget program, has wrestled for a number of years.
See, the Sterling wrestler there's got to lower his level. He's standing up straight. You got to lower your level if you want to be able to get into a good shot.
Okay. I guess you get to the higher weights, you're more on your feet for a period of time, and it's not as much up and down.
Well, that all depends on the wrestler. You can be on your feet at the 106 pound the whole match.
Okay.
But see, this kid's getting to his feet. I like that. He's got to get his foot to the mat. He's got to get his foot to the mat.
So with 1:32 remaining the second period, still nothing. Match that could go either way. Mark.
Yeah, sure. You got to get to your feet. There, he's up to his feet. Bounces right back up. That's good technique. See, this is where the chain wrestling, you got to be able to wrestle through all these situations. You got to be able to wrestle through and get one, and that's what this Sterling kid's doing. And he got one. There you go. That's wrestling. Chain wrestling. It looks like he's a little tired, though.
Well, after coming off a match with Ivan Medina, coming back at the end, this is a match that really, again, could go either way.
Sure.
1-0 with 46 seconds left in the second period.
Seems like as this match goes on, it's building up a lot of energy. I think there's going to be a big attack move coming in at the end of this period or the third period.
See, this Sterling kid's got to start moving his feet. He's not moving his feet. He's not changing his level.
It's interesting because you said that's basically what Ivan Medina did, was scrambling around, moving his feet, that got him those points to win it. Anthony Gogolski's going to hold a 1-0 lead going into this third period. And a 1-0 lead doesn't seem safe in this one. You still have to stay aggressive.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's on top. So the guy, I mean, if I'm the Sterling kid, I'm trying to break this kid down to his belly, and I'm going to try and score some points. Now it comes down to a little bit of heart and conditioning.
Yeah. So with 1:22 remaining, great match here at 165 after coming off an outstanding one in 157. Gogolski and Stockland are tied up at 1 apiece. Sterling hold the team lead 27-19.
If you ask me, I'd say the Deptford kid's in better shape here.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
He's attacking a little more.
Okay.
He's
Come on, you want it? Get it! Go get it!
Yeah, 9 seconds remaining. And
there's that attack move.
Stockland is going to get the points and going to come away with a hard-fought win over Anthony Gogolski.
I thought the Deptford kid was in better shape, and that turned out to be the reason why I won that match.
So Sterling still holds a 27-22 lead over Deptford. And this is going to be Eric Shipley coming in here for Sterling. Eric Shipley at 11-5 going against Mel McGuire. Another case of a 7-6. McGuire is only a freshman. So at 175, like you said, very tough because this is the case you're going to get seniors. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh! Nice pancake. Nice pancake.
Shipley really coming in aggressive, both wrestlers.
Shipley coming out red hot.
Boy, a lot's happened very quickly here.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to start off if you're Shipley.
You see Shipley really comes in ready to attack right from the get-go.
I was impressed with like he looks like he's in really good shape, but it's early.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking that just in hearing you talk, his style seems to be the type of style that you would like from your wrestlers.
Oh, sure.
Based on how you
always
wrestle.
want your kids attacking, and that's just wrestling. You just want your kids to attack and stay in better position. He's going to corkscrew it. Oh, now he likes a cradle.
Yep, up. Yeah. He's got him in a cradle. Boy, Shipley's got him in a tough spot, but boy.
3 back points. I like what Shipley's doing is he's keeping his pressure on the guy's head.
Okay.
You keep a guy's head on the mat, your chances are you're going to be in a better position to score points. And he's keeping his hand on the guy's head, keeping the guy's head down. I like that.
Boy, like I said, a lot went on in that first period. That was definitely not one where it was dragging. It had plenty of action with Eric Shipley out to a 5-0 lead over Mel McGuire in the 175 match.
I mean, when you look at it, Shipley's already up 5-0, but McGuire, he's not out of it.
Well, Shipley looks like he's in better shape here.
Yeah. That's for sure, yeah.
That definitely stands out here.
You know, when I'm wrestling a guy, I look at the guy's body language, and I can tell if he's in shape, if he's starting to get tired. And I think Shipley's starting to see that this kid's getting tired.
Okay.
And he's taking advantage of it.
Gotcha. And will that dictate certain types of moves that you have based on how you're reading his body language?
Yeah, sure. I mean, right now he's got a cradle. And he tried to Syracuse the leg, but here we go. A pin would be big for Sterling here. Yep.
And Eric Shipley comes away with the pin.
That was a big win for Sterling to win this match. I think that was big.
Yeah, that's an outstanding job by Eric Shipley coming in here. And again, setting the tempo right from the get-go.
Yes.
And with the cradle. Now, did you have a bunch of different moves, or did you have a signature move that you used a lot of times to get your pins?
Oh, sure. I had the roll back half I used, and I pinned probably 80 to 90% of my guys with that move, yeah.
Okay. Was that a move you took a tough time to learn, or just something
No,
just came naturally?
It came naturally to me. But, wrestling's a sport where I was always, I do something, and I'll keep doing it until the guy stops it.
Gotcha,
and that's the way
that makes
I
sense.
was, yeah.
And we've
Guy
got
stops it, then I go to something else. Here we got a bar on.
Kenny McCardle at 9-15 for Sterling, going against R.J. Burry, a sophomore. McCardle's only a freshman. He's won some big matches for Sterling.
That's good.
Again, another freshman coming in at a higher weight. McCardle down on Burry, 2-0. Still early in the match.
He's trying to throw on the leg, but he's got to keep. There you go. He's got a power hip. He's got to get the guy flat, though. You got to get the guy flat. There you go. Now throw the power hip. I like it. Beat up the guy's head. That's going to get a guy tired.
Yeah.
I like that.
And that was a big thing. One of the things you liked in the previous match, him keeping his head down.
Sure, keep the guy's head down. That gets the guy tired. Then the guy's head starts hanging, and then, you might be able to do some things on your feet. See, again, I'm not big on the sit out. I like to stand up right away.
Yeah. And conversely, with Mark Carr on the bottom, he wants to try and get his head up and get up to his knees.
Absolutely. The bottom guy's job is to create space and get to his feet. The top guy's job is to keep the guy's hips under control, stay tight, and drive the guy forward, pressure forward. And he got one. Nice job. Oh, nice. Here we go. Pancake.
Cardle up to a 5-0 lead and really has Burry in a tight spot here. And McCardle gets the pin. Nice job for the freshman coming on here.
And that seals the match for Sterling.
Yeah.
They're up by 17 with 2 matches left. Right?
Yeah, because we just got a 2:15.
And
yep.
Yeah, so Sterling won the match.
So
That sealed the match for Sterling. Good job.
Kenny McCardle didn't steal the match, he sealed the match.
Yeah.
I got up early today.
That's all right. We have those days.
I'm getting old, right? Weren't we talking about that earlier, how the years are flying by?
Oh, my God, you ain't kidding.
And as you said, when the 99 to 2000, all that, it seems like ancient times for me.
Well, it is ancient times, trust me. I'm 40 years old now.
And we have another freshman, Nico Jillian, going against...
I'll tell you what, Sterling's got a lot of young guys in the lineup. This could bode well for them in the future.
Yep. And a few younger guys at the higher weights, too, something you don't see a whole lot.
Yeah, but that means some guys are going to be back, and they're only going to get better. I mean, that's what you hope, anyway.
Yeah. And Nico Jillian is going to get the pin, so back-to-back pins for the freshman.
Yeah.
First McCardle, then Gellian. And we had Shipley prior to that, so Sterling really coming out here and looking good, getting the win over Deptford, as we have Jameer Richardson, the heavyweight. Jameer at 21-4, having a real good year. And Mark Jameer's...
Is he a senior?
He's a senior, yeah. Jameer had played basketball for a little bit and is really relatively new to wrestling and just kind of learning and taking it all in.
Well, he must be a good athlete.
He's a very good athlete, yeah. And I think you look at his legs, he gets a lot from his lower half. And, you know, you mentioned that was a big
that was
part of your
whole
success.
Game. Yeah.
And he's going against Demetrius Kachemikis, who is 13-4. So another guy with a pretty good record. Wow, Neil Richardson's in a tight spot.
He rolled him through.
And he's going to go around and get the points, and he's going to get to pinning.
Nice.
Demetrius Kachemikis. Boy, I hope I pronounced that right.
That's all athletic ability right there.
Yeah. Wow.
He's a good athlete. You can tell he's a good athlete.
Because he almost had him and he turned the tables on him.
Yeah.
What did you see here, Mark, when we look at the replay?
Well, the Deptford kid had the headlock, and the Sterling kid rolled him through and got his hips higher than the guy. And if you get your hips higher, you got a better chance at scoring, and he got the pen, so it was nice.
Good job by Jameer Richardson.
See, right here, he gets his hips high. And when you get your hips higher, then he's got the guy in his back, and that's it.
And I guess that allowed him to use the strength in the lower part of his body. And now we're just going to have a few JV guys here going at it after Sterling clinched the match. An impressive job by the Knights. He's had a tough year, as we see Max get pinned. Tough one there for Max. So, not sure how many matches we're going to have here with the younger guys, the JV guys here. Now, Mark, you've coached. Walk us through some of the programs you've coached since you've finished your career.
I coached at Washington Township for 3 years. We won South Jersey Group 4. We were number 2 in South Jersey. Then I went to Haddonfield, and we were number 2 in South Jersey. We beat Paulsboro at Paulsboro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what year was that? Was it?
The Haddonfield was 2012.
Okay. I know Collingswood prior to that ended their 30-year streak or something.
Yeah. And then I was the head coach at St. Joe's for 2 years.
Okay.
And now I'm just, like I said, now I just help out wherever I can.
Just some individual stuff.
Yeah,
and you said now you're a fan of some of the bigger matches.
Yeah, I try to go to the big matches when I can.
Yeah.
So I went to last big match I was at was Camden Catholic versus Kingsway.
Okay. So, Kingsway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, and then I went to Kingsway St. Augustine.
Gotcha.
So I've been watching Mike Baricchia.
So you've been following him. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he I'm sure he picks your ear a lot about you guys.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, Mike has his own style, and Mike was always the best conditioned wrestler.
Okay.
When he wrestled his opponents.
Wow.
Mike was all about intensity, being well conditioned, and I was too. But that was Mike's game.
He would wear guys out. Yeah.
Absolutely. Mike was never out of a match.
Yeah. Did you see a lot of matches because of conditioning? He was down and ended up coming back.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of matches.
And I'm sure as a coach, conditioning was something you really.
Oh yeah. My kids hated wrestling for me but they loved it too.
Yeah.
But
love-hate relationship.
Yes.
Right?
Your kids, you got to get them ready to battle, and wrestling is fighting without punching. It really is.
Yeah.
Good job by the Knights.
Yeah,
Good
no
job.
doubt about it. Mark, man, we can't thank you for coming on here enough. Please come back again because you did a great job. We enjoyed your insight, and don't be a stranger.
Not a problem. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Okay.
Have a good one.
So that'll do. We're going to just take a short break. Sterling wins it, and we'll take a short break. Thanks, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for coming on here.
Of course,
doing a great job. Don't be a stranger. Also, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back for our post-game show.
All right. Whether you are a young athlete or an active adult, Dr. Vincent Marchese of Beatty Harris Sports Medicine helps you to reach your physical goals. The team, with locations in Newtown Square, Cherry Hill, and South Philadelphia, treats everything from acute sprains and sports-related concussion to arthritis and chronic tendon pain. Through an evidence-based, patient-centered approach, Beatty Harris Sports Medicine delves deep to find the source of your pain and get you back to the activities you love. To schedule your evaluation, visit BeattyHarrisSportsMed.com or call 610-601-9177.
People are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
What's up? I'm DJ Wagner, and I play for Camden High. I got vaccinated against COVID-19 so I could protect my teammates, coaches, family, and friends.
I got my shot because I know the truth. The vaccine works and saves lives.
With the Delta variant spreading, we need you to get off the bench and get in the game.
No excuses.
The vaccine is the best way we can protect our community.
This is your shot.
This is your shot.
Make it count.
For a list of free vaccination locations, visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine.
Okay, we are back here for a post-game show, talking to Eric Shipley. Boy, you were amped up coming out there. You always start quick, but today seemed like even it was a start that was on another level. Talk about your approach coming into the match.
I don't know, today I just felt different. I kind of just felt like I didn't care who it was. I was going to wrestle my heart out and not care who it is.
Yeah, and we talk about experience, but it just sounded like you were amped up and you kind of had a mental edge going into this match. Is that a good read?
Yeah. Could you excuse me for a second?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
No.
He's going to go over there with helping out with the mat. Being a good senior there, he was worried, I think, about the mat being off a little bit. Okay. Part of being a senior leader right there, right? Making sure the mat's in good shape?
Well, if they do it like that again, they can break them.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
It just got on my nerves.
You were upset. I thought somebody might have got rolled up under the mat or something. Wasn't sure. But, Eric, talk about, again, the seniors coming up big today and the leadership you guys have and how important that is to the team, being a senior leader. Mm-hmm. It's something where you talk to the younger guys a lot and kind of walk them through their matches and everything?
Practice, yeah.
Yeah. And that's got to be important because you have some younger guys. We have Kenny McCardle here.
Yeah.
Is it something where you're teaching them, you're like a coach out there in practice, teaching them and walk them through things?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you definitely have a lot, Eric, to teach them, especially with what you do. Walk us through how you got the pin.
I don't know, I just got out there with a lot of energy, and really all I wanted to do was punish him.
Okay.
And that's just what I saw, and that's what I went for.
Yeah.
You know, because I was digging his face into the mat, and I saw the cradle, and I just hooked it up.
Well, Eric, it's always great to watch you wrestle, and you absolutely came out with a lot of energy tonight. Great job. Thanks for coming on with us, and hey, best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, pal. Okay. All right. We're going to get Kenny McCardle here. Hopefully he doesn't get rolled up on the mat. Ken, well, you, along with the other freshman wrestlers that we've had on here, have had an up and down year. It's tough wrestling at the higher weights as a freshman. Talk about some of the things that you've learned this year. Has it been a real good learning experience wrestling?
Yeah, it was like being a freshman wrestling up to 190 most
Make sure you're talking to the mic,
Yeah, being a freshman wrestling up to 190 most of the time has been tough because you got to learn how to do quick moves because most of those guys are quick on their feet and they're heavy. So it's hard to do quicker moves. I weigh in at 170.
Okay.
And I'm wrestling 20 pounds up, but it's whatever.
And it appears just watching you wrestle, and especially what you're able to do tonight, you look more confident out there. Yeah. Is that a good read from you in the beginning of the year till now?
Yeah, 100%. Like the first couple matches of the year, it was hard for me to like get out there and wrestle some of those guys because they were a lot bigger. But I learned to cope with it because it's like there's nothing you can do about it anymore. You know.
Okay.
So,
well, walk us through your win tonight. You're ultimately getting a pin.
I think I snapped him down and then like got behind him. And I tried to throw a leg in. That failed the first time. Then I threw the 2 in. I tried to go for a spladle. They said no. So and then I think the match stopped. It was the second period at that point. I picked down. It was hard for me to get up at first, but I ended up getting out. And I saw him stand up. When I stood up, I saw him like crouch over. So I just threw that cement mixer in and cranked that.
So you tried different moves. Do you find yourself now wrestling faster than maybe you did in the year?
100%. Like at the beginning of the year, I was pretty much just going like one move and stop, and then one move and stop. And now I learned how to like just keep doing multiple moves after move after move after move after move.
It's funny you say that because Mark Manchio was on here with us. Okay. I'm sure you've heard of him. You see his name up there. He said that was one of the big keys that he had to learn, and one of the reasons why he was successful. And that's great that you are getting that down.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Great job, and best luck the rest of the way, pal. Okay. All right, we have a man who's no stranger to Channel 19 interviews, Mr. Jameer Richardson.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Another guy who is senior, but you're still learning a lot about this sport. Yeah. And tonight, this guy actually kind of had you in a little bit of a spot. Talk about what you were able to do, Jameer. Make sure you hit the mic, get the microphone. You're good.
He had me in the first half, not going to lie. Once he threw that hip toss on me, that's like my main move. I love throwing hip tosses, but finally felt what it was like for it to happen to me. But once he threw it on me, I just kind of used his momentum on him and just flipped him over and got the pin.
Now let me, I'll kind of approach this the same way we did with Kenny. He's a freshman, but obviously new to the varsity level. You were relatively new to wrestling. Say if this match happened in the beginning of the year, could it have had a different result? Would you still had been able to know to do that move?
If it was to happen in the beginning of the year, I honestly think I would have got pinned because I wouldn't know what to do in the situation. I would probably just flop around. I wouldn't know what to do.
So you're learning a lot, and as the year gets going.
Yeah, I've been learning as we go.
Okay, and you got to feel more and more confident. Obviously, do you feel like you could do big things this year with the districts coming up and regions?
Yeah, I feel like I can make it out of districts this year, place in regions, play somewhere in states, hopefully.
What do you think? I'm sorry.
No, listen.
What do you think the key is for you doing that?
Shooting. Okay. I've been scared to shoot lately. I don't know why. It's a fear I've been getting over, though. I planned on shooting this match, but I got hip toss, and I just had to do what I had to do. But next match, probably see me shooting more.
Well, I'm sure the coaches will stay on you about that.
Yeah.
Jameer, hey, great job. Thanks for coming on with us. Love seeing you have success this year, pal. Okay. And
Go Knights. Y'all don't want to fight, pull up with the pipe. I'll make it right.
All right. We're going to get into some singing, too, I'm sure. So that'll do it. Just a great job by our tech crew, Mr. K. And again, it was our pleasure to have Mark Manchio on here, 3-time state champion for the Sterling Knights. And we're going to take it back to Brian to finish us out.
All right, so Sterling next game, Thursday, February 10th, as girls basketball will take on Haddonfield. And just want to thank you all for tuning in. I'm Brian McLernan, along with Kevin Schultz. And we'll